Charles, I'm doing something somewhat unprecedented. We've started 4 minutes early.
You jumped the shark.
That doesn't disrupt anybody. Well, I'm doing it because we're going to be simulcasting on Sputnik Radio right now.
Wow.
We are going to be live with Lee Stranahan. Lee, can you hear me? I don't know if this is going to work. Can you hear it, Charles?
Not really.
I think it's too loud here, Sal. It's not going to work. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just walk away from there.
But I can't. This is the whole thing.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'll let Lee know that.
I tell you what, let's do it like this. We'll do it like this. And to whatever.
Where should we find this? What he said?
Okay, call me back when you're ready. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's going to work, Charles.
Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea.
I don't think it's going to work. But all right, so we're here. This is Foley Square. People have seen this many times.
This is
We've
very,
got the courthouse right there.
yeah, this is very much in the Blue Bloods show. They always are filmed walking around here. Here we have somebody who just misses the plot. My body, my choice for a mask. Your body, our choice for reproductive rights is what this person has
But
here.
that's the wrong way around.
I know. It's exactly the opposite, actually. But it's interesting, Jason, I don't know if our viewers will be able to see it, the true administration of justice is the firmest pillar of good government. I forget who said that, whether that was Brandeis or I forget who it was, but that's absolutely right. And what we have is a process, a legal process that is abused beyond fair reckoning. It is out of control. We have, if you think about the confirmation process that we watched for the Supreme Court justices, Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, and Amy Coney Barrett, there it was okay for the protesters to storm the proceedings and
Obstruct.
and make all kinds of absurd and unfounded allegations about Kavanaugh in particular. You had Michael Avenatti glorified, deified before he went to prison, where I hope he spends the rest of his life.
They let him out.
Well, I hope he'll go back in, a recidivist, whatever. He's a hopeless guy. But anyway, when it comes to confirming the Supreme Court justices, that's what the people on the right have to go through. Joe Biden was abusive as hell as a senator, not only to Clarence Thomas, but to the first female black candidate to be on the Supreme Court. He personally blocked that.
Who was the first candidate?
I forget the woman's name, but it wasn't. It was under George, I think, either H.W. Bush, I believe. I may have that wrong. But and then we also have the word that in either 81 or 82, Joe Biden sponsored a bill to take abortion out of the federal system and send it back to the states where it belongs.
I don't understand why people find that a dissatisfying compromise.
Well, it's because I think there are totalitarian impulses at work in both parties, but especially in the left. When they decide a one-size-fits-all solution makes sense, they want to mandate it across the entire, this country and the wider world. But when they have, when there's a vociferous minority that, let's say, represents 1% or 3% or 5% of the country, they want to say, look, this is the way we think, and you people have to do it the way we want to do it, even though we're not in the 49%. We're down at 1, 3, 5%. So it's a study in foolishness, frankly. And we look at this, I mean, there's no way, I am not an expert on protests, but there's no way that these green signs were put together overnight.
Well, I was going to say, I don't even know how you could get those printed so quickly. I mean, that's an offset print. That's not just somebody went to FedEx and made that, some printing shop. I mean, someone will say, no, I own a printing shop and I saw the thing and I printed 1 million of them overnight and I came here or whatever. What they do is they like to do things with, plausible deniability. Like, oh, I just saw it on the internet. Oh, wait. Whoop.
You okay?
Yeah, I love it when I drop that.
He said, give us a couple of minutes, we'll get started.
Oh, okay.
So we're in good form. And the other contrast, we talked about this when the first vaccine protests. We were, I think, you and I were at one of the earliest ones.
Yeah,
in Union
before
Square.
they even formed that thing, when it was just Joe yelling out of a megaphone.
Right, and I mean, I'm somebody who, I do agree that foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds. I agree with that. But consistency, on the other hand, not foolish consistency is a virtue. And especially when you're employing something called logic, which is a useful thing to employ. I know, I'm a white man, so maybe I'm not allowed
It's
to.
unemployed currently, Charles.
Yeah, to extol the virtues of logic. So if you're going to say that with an untested, as we know today because of the release of the 80,000 pages of Pfizer materials, we know that we were lied to about the efficacy of certain of these treatments, but you're going to force everybody to do that. Your outrageous threat, the unvaccinated, remember, or a threat to the vaccinated, they should be taxed more heavily.
It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated,
Right.
I heard.
If you're going to take that position, that somebody, not even really the government in this case, faceless bureaucrats have the right to decide that every American citizen, every visitor takes this type of health treatment, but on the other hand, you as a woman have the right to say, no. I get an absolute choice myself. Forget what my partner wanted to do. Forget how we thought about doing this. I get to make the call. It's just not consistent.
The other thing is, someone in the comments was saying, oh, look who's wearing green. I think I tried to wear green, but it's brown.
Yeah.
We did that.
Brown is the new green.
Well, brown is what's going to happen when we have no carbon dioxide left. All these trees around will be brown.
Right.
But we're doing that to, hopefully kind of blend in, but I don't think that's
I'm
gonna
wearing
work.
green.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm wearing green, and I'll show you something I'm wearing. I'm wearing a
What does it say?
golf
Royal?
shirt, Dublin golf club.
So let's talk about this, Charles, because it's interesting. I was out on Saturday. I personally was so upset by the creation of this disinformation governance board, which, they've abandoned this notion that it was a continuation of what Trump was doing, because it's quite clear that the board was convened by, what's his name, Mayorkas.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's Sputnik again. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's see. Okay, can you guys hear us?
Got connection. I know some people. Hey, Jason.
Yes.
We're free speech zone here. Come on, can you hear me? No news.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm not sure, but news. Yeah. It's a little bit of rough, but it'll be good. It'll be good. I'll let you know that you hear. Thank you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Signal bias.
Can you hear that,
No.
Charles? All right, so we've got kind of a weird simulcast of
I think it's going to say woman.
backstory with this internet.
Quite a gal. Scotty Hughes, a pro-life woman who's actually had kids, will be joining us later on in the hour. And from the streets of New York, Jason Goodman, out there covering the protests, and we'll bring him on as soon as he's ready.
I'm here.
Now. Okay, it's the backstory.
Cool.
A number of helicopters.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Lee, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. I'm standing here with Charles Ortel. We're in Foley Square, and a lot of people have assembled here. I think certainly more than 2,000. How many people would you say are here, Charles?
I don't know about 2,000. I'd say maybe 1,000. I mean, I can't
I
see.
think 2,000 people fit into the Beacon Theater. There's a ton of people here, Lee. The speeches and everything have not begun yet, but
Lot of
immediately
cameras.
what we notice is there's a lot of signs that have been offset printed. So either we have offset printers that react with remarkable speed, or somebody knew this was going to happen before yesterday.
No, I think printing is a refined art, and I think they probably got it out. It's also probably late in the day, so we'll see. But and they were, I'm sure they knew. Again, they knew this decision was coming. Now, Jason, let me ask you: were protests, do you see any white men who are protesting?
A lot.
Okay, can you ask them to leave, please?
Any what?
Say again?
Ask them to leave. Ask
Oh,
them
exactly. I'll ask them if they're biologists.
No, just get rid of him. Because Joel Siegel was on as our guest, and he doesn't like the fact that it's a bunch of white men aside from Clarence Thomas and all the women. That it's white men deciding this. So in fact, white men are responsible for a lot of abortions. And allow me to specify why. Because Planned Parenthood did a study, about a third of abortions are because a boyfriend or husband wanted the woman to get an abortion.
Really?
Did you hear that statistic?
I had not heard that before, but I mean, it's shocking.
It seems likely to me, and it's Planned Parenthood saying it, so I have no reason to think that they were making that one up.
They're everywhere. Those are the pink signs.
They asked why they get abortions, and a lot of it was because their boyfriend told them to, which is feminism in action.
Well, the
What
point
kind of signs are you seeing, Jason?
the signs that we see are calling for safe, legal abortion, my body, my business, abortion rights or civil rights. There's one here that says, my body, my choice shows a mask. Your body, our choice shows a uterus. And it says that that's GOP logic. Charles has already pointed out that that's a disingenuous sign. And we were not the ones who were telling people what to do with the mask, at least I wasn't. But Lee, you raise another very good point, which is that in 2022, or at least prior to yesterday, it seems that the mass acceptance of abortion has caused a lot of people to treat it as an alternative to birth control. And you're saying the boyfriends are 1/3 of the time encouraging women to get abortions. I had not heard that. That's an friends are 1/3 of the time encouraging women to get abortions. I had not heard that. That's an
Their choice. Are any men holding that sign?
I see a woman holding that sign. I see a man holding a sign calling for safe abortions. Here's a guy holding one. It says something in Spanish.
Now they're starting with the organized chanting.
Okay, so now we've got some of the.
Okay.
What's up, Lee? No, I was.